Yeah, I wanted to make this little quick video real quick because, and I wasn't going to at first, right? Because it's about I've been looking there on YouTube and seeing all the videos everybody making their posts and their reviews about Black Panther. Right. First of all, I'm at work. Y'all can see the DJ. VIP over there. Alright. So y'all gonna be wondering if I'm looking around or if I keep stopping when I'm talking. Sorry about that. It's for a reason. I wasn't even gonna make this video. I was going to at first and I said, nah, I'm gonna leave it alone. But then I'm coming across all these videos and all these posts on Twitter, Facebook. Everybody's doing reviews about Black Panther. It's the obviously you can see I'm a comic book fan first. You know what I mean? Marvel, number one. Always number one. Better than DC. Black Panther really wasn't one of my favorite characters. If we gonna go about black characters, Power Man, Luke Cage was always my favorite. I couldn't relate to Black Panther. Even Wakanda, which is, you know, that African stuff, no disrespect. I couldn't relate to it. Luke Cage was in the hood, you know what I'm saying? So while all my friends was reading Black Panther, which I started reading it because, again, I'm a Marvel fan. So I started getting into some of it, especially when they used to have the crossovers, crossing over with the Fantastic Four, Avengers, certain superheroes. So I'm like, let me get into this a little bit. I need to know it. But Luke Cage was always more relatable to me than Black Panther was. But nevertheless, Black Panther is part of the Marvel family. Love it or hate it, I still fuck with it. Back to the reviews. Half these people that's watching the movie, going to see the movie and making these reviews, y'all not really Marvel comic superhero fans. Y'all looking for it to be something that is not. It's based off of a comic series. So most of the stuff that y'all see in these Marvel movies, these stories were already done. Just the MCU take it, they go to, that's the source material, so to speak. For example, the Infinity War thing, the whole Endgame and all that. The original Infinity Gauntlet storyline happened back in the 80s. It was called, I think it was Infinity Gauntlet, then Infinity War, then it just kept going on and on and on, but it started in the 80s. The whole thing with Thanos doing the snap, it happened in that original series back in the 80s. So they just took and just flipped it, updated the characters, you know, changed this. You know, they changed it around, but that's the actual source material. Same thing with Age of Ultron, which I thought was dumb to use that title, because it was a series called Age of Ultron. It happened in the future. Ultron took over. Civil War. Every MCU movie title is taken from a comic book title. Same thing, no different with the Black Panther. Now, I was a little disappointed with some of the stuff. It was a good tribute to Chadwick Boseman. That was great. But I'm starting to think that he will be coming back. I mean, I know y'all probably think, like, well, I've seen the movie. How you gonna come back? This is where my comic book knowledge and y'all just regular moviegoers is the difference. And not to drag it out, but if you read the comics and you ever heard of Kang the Conqueror, you know what I'm talking about. He's a time traveler. Enough said on that. It's a possibility that he can come back. It's also a possibility that Tony Stark can come back, Steve Rogers and everybody else. All the original Avengers. Even though Black Panther isn't an original Avenger, but he can still come back. I'm going to leave that part alone, because if you're not a comic book reader, long-time comic book reader or fan, you would not understand it. And it would take the majority of this video for me to explain it to you. With that part being said, though, people that aren't, y'all looking way too deep into this. Woman power, not enough men. Y'all made him a bastard child. Shut the fuck up, please. That's all I can say to y'all, shut the fuck up. If you're not going to invest in understanding the history of this character, then don't make videos saying all that goofy shit. It's not the Woman King. They're not the same thing. Woman King is some other bullshit that I ain't even going to touch on. It wasn't that. And y'all need to understand that. It's a comic book based movie. They're all connected. In order to understand it, you either have to watch a lot of you don't have to, but it would be good for you to watch and follow all the Marvel movies and TV shows and everything to understand references, Easter eggs, you know what I'm saying? Understand all this stuff to even know where this is going. And if you're a comic book reader, you kind of see the direction that they're going with some of the things. Have y'all all noticed, if you are a Marvel MCU fan, how all the main characters are getting switched over with their women counterparts? This was no different. Or kid counterparts. If it's not the females, it's the kids. The Hulk son just popped up out of nowhere. Scar, which I thought that was goofy and stupid. In the She-Hulk series. Get what I'm saying? That's what they doing. It's something that they building towards. I think I kind of sort of see it a little bit. I don't know exactly what they plan, but I know they got something planned. And I keep dwelling on the subject, but just stop trying to make it about black people and what's going on in today's society. It's not real. Wakanda ain't real. Wakanda was never real. A Jewish man by the name of Jack Kirby created the character back in the day along with Stan Lee. And when I read, I understood it that he said he realized that a lot of black people were into his characters, the Marvel characters, Spider-Man, Fantastic Four. They had a lot of black readers. So he created the Black Panther for us, so to speak. Like, I guess to say, all right, I appreciate y'all following us. We can see that y'all like us. I'm going to create a character for y'all. I don't know if he created Luke Cage and all that, but I know for a fact that he did the Black Panther. He created all that. Wakanda and all that other stuff, I think, came along with it. I don't know if he created that whole entire concept. I know that him and Stan Lee both created the character. I don't hear y'all bitching about that. A lot of y'all don't know that. Why? Because y'all don't read the comic books. Y'all just think because Disney owned it, that Disney created this stuff. No. Black Panther's been around for years. This character, all these characters, every Marvel character that's popped up on the screen so far has been around for years. Except for a few noticeables like Riri Williams. She's new. I heard her comic didn't really do all that great when they had her in the comic years back. Same thing with Shuri being the female Black Panther. I know for a fact that series didn't do all that great. So what I'm saying is a lot of this stuff is old. The source material is old. It's been around for some while. Some of it's really old, some of it is recent. But they take stuff from the source material, flipping and bouncing, boom, boom. All right, we're going to add this, boom, 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 and make the movie. It's fit to the narrative that we got going on right now. It ain't got nothing to do with that woke shit. So please stop saying that. Please stop getting bent out of shape and butt hurt and crying. You know what I'm saying? I'm literally watching a video right now with this one guy. That's what made me stop and make this. Because this one kid, I'm going to show y'all this dude too, so you can see what I'm talking about. It just took me over the edge because it pissed me off. A bit of bad news. Black Panther Wakanda Forever premiere reaction. And it's funny because homeboy making a reaction off of other people's reaction. He said he didn't even see the movie. So he's going off of what everybody else is saying. Getting mad that Chadwick Boseman people was at the premiere, but they didn't take pictures with the cast and all. So what the fuck difference do that make? Why is that important? Maybe he didn't want. Maybe the family didn't want to take pictures with the cast. Maybe they just didn't want to be in the spotlight. You see where I'm going with this? People are just going all over the place with this, like they always do. Everybody is so extra sensitive. Getting mad this character is gay and this, that, and the third. And to keep it a buck, Marvel been having gay characters all the way back since the 80s. It's a superhero team called Alpha Flight, if y'all ever heard of them. That's like a spinoff from the X-Men. And they got some a brother and sister. I think they twins. North Star and I can't remember the sister's name. But the brother is gay. They had a whole issue of the X-Men where the gay brother got married. This was back when that shit was super taboo. Marvel been doing real life shit and just adding it, adding fantasy to it and putting it in comic book form for years. So there's nothing new about the gay stuff that they thrown in, even though technically I don't think that they should. It's a comic book, but they done it in the comic books, they're gonna do it in the movies. That's neither here nor there. Point is, Black Panther is just a movie based off of a superhero. Can y'all please stop critiquing it and making it seem like, they trying to eradicate black men and this, that, and the third. I can almost guarantee that he's coming back. Especially if Kang is involved and he's in the MCU now. He's coming back. So y'all don't have to make this shit, these videos talking all this crazy stuff, because it don't matter at this point. It's not the Woman King. It's not a woke movie. It's just a fantasy put up on the screen. Y'all don't like it. You like it. Okay, cool. Talk about the movie and talk about the thing. Notice I ain't even mentioned the villain, Namor the Submariner. I hated that. I really, really hated that. For those who don't know, Namor the Submariner is Marvel Comics' very first character. He appeared in Marvel Comics #1 right alongside the Human Torch. If I'm correct, I can't remember the cover. I think both of them were on the cover fighting. I don't know. The Submariner was Marvel Comics' very first superhero. So, just so y'all know, y'all don't have to stop getting butthurt over it. Everything ain't about black people. Everything ain't for us. It's not marketed towards y'all. It's marketed towards us, the comic book fans, and people who understand it.